I'm at Zamora in Mayfield. It's a police substation right over here. I've filmed here in the past. Talked to officers down there who are always friendly. I'm not sure that'll still be the case. Try to keep my prejudices against the way I was treated at another substation in check here. Just like officers don't like people who film in public and initially have a bad reaction most of the time. People who film in public don't generally like interactions with officers that are non-consensual. I'm coming here to get consensual interviews, and it's important that I do that in a respectful and polite way. So coming up here, again, I have to put my personal biases in check and let these guys show their true selves. Hopefully I get some good interviews, some polite officers. I mean, you never know. We'll see. This is a southwest area police station. Again, it's at 7011 Mayfield, and I'm gonna walk up here. I'm gonna do a quick walk around the property. Said I haven't been here in probably 2.5, maybe. Well, it's been a while since I've been here. So at this point, I only have my body cam running. It's on my walking stick. It's on my walking stick, so I can easily point it in the direction that I want. But because it's a walking stick, you get an unsteady view. Apologize to anyone who sees my videos and wonders why it's always bouncing this much. It's when I put it on my walking stick. I found that I can put it on my chest rig, my water bag. But so back here, this area is definitely no trespassing. Violators will be prosecuted. Penal Code 30.5. That's the type of sign that the Information Services needs on their property, but they don't have that. So again, you have the same sign right here. It's a legal towing sign. It's in the middle of the two gates. It's within 25 feet of the two entrances. Most people understand right means in, left means out, but it's good placement of the sign. It's legal. It has the international towing sign, towing enforced, parking only for San Antonio police staff, and it tells you that you'll be towed at all times at your expense, and it tells you where you'll be impounded to and the number to contact. And again, another sign, keep out authorized personnel only. So this substation has, hello, how you doing? Oh yeah, I'm just documenting that you have the right signs up, and that I won't go by there. Thank you though. So again, they see someone filming and they come out, and that was a courteous, she's just making sure I'm aware of the signs. The handicapped entrance there, you have a generator. It's a big generator for the backup power supply. And again, so far everything at this location has been good. Only one interaction with one person. She she wasn't rude or nasty. She's just saying, hey, don't go past the fence. And that's exactly what you expect from public servants. You know, you got your camera up on the corner of the building. They got cameras back there, obviously, too. She saw me standing by the fence. Here you have safe exchange zone signs again. People who don't know what that is, if you trade online or whatever and you want to meet someone that you're not sure of in a safe place, you come right over to the police station. I mean, if they're up to something shady, they're not going to want to go to the police station. So, you know, if you come out and buy something offline, again, you're not sure, then just cover yourself to take advantage of those safe exchange zones. They're on camera. So I'm going to go up and see what these signs here at the entrance mean, or say. There's a trash can up here. Now, out here you don't have any 30-06 signs or anything like that, which is nice. You see, attention COSA employees and visitors, May 17th of 2021. If you've been fully vaccinated, which I have, mask wearing and social distancing are optional. And of course, just a standard. Oh well, they have a reward up there for anyone you turn in that gets convicted of arson. I've never seen that sign posted in public before. Don't need my sunglasses on. Put those in my pocket. So I'm here at 711 Mayfield. It's the Southwest Precincts or Substation. Just documenting signs and other things. In here, they've got this arson reward sign. I've never seen that in any other police station. Signs about correct bicycling procedures, citizens on patrol information, alarms investigation office, stay connected with your kids, protective order information, the property and for things like that. If your property was taken by the police or if they recovered some property. You got a vending machine out here. And inside here, this is a public lobby. What you have here is a sign telling you that there are secure areas in this facility. Like over there, it says restricted entry, where you can't bring a firearm. Now, the police department has this sign up here. It's a security area, no weapons allowed. Licensed handgun holders may be temporarily disarmed when entering the non-public secure area of the facility, for example, through that door. And again, the code 411-207, which allows it, they have these lockers here to store your firearm in if the officers decide to disarm you if you go in that way. You get a prayer box here, and Have prayer box, a Bible, Maranatha Ranch. It looks like they put that there. Southside Police Corps information, formerly known as Explorers. Oh, okay. So I guess Explorers are called the Police Corps now. Guess they have some pictures of their Explorer group or Police Corps stuff up there. Let's see what kind of. Well, if you look up there, you've got an officer who has 836 community service hours. Natalia Benavides. I think that's her class graduation 211B. So she's been with the department for about 10 years. I mean, 836 hours of community service is a lot of community service. It's good to see that they post these people up here. And you have looking at the names and faces of these officers that put time into their communities, because again, it's not just about being on the job, it's about working with the community. You have Fair Oaks Ranch officer up here as well. Wow, that Natalia Benavides lady, it has her post time, I guess that's when she was in charge of the Explorer post, was only there for a little over 2.5, not even 2.5 years, and put in that many service hours. So, we got. And they have their trophies for their Explorer groups. That's interesting. Maybe one day I'll come out and see what's going on. So they have building search trophies, felony traffic stop trophies. Again, they're showing these young people who want to become law enforcement officers techniques and things to use. What we have up here. So this officer apparently passed away. Whether or not it was in line of duty, it doesn't matter to me. He's has his picture up here for a reason. 6/28, apparently passed away. Something's not right with the information on that. It's maybe it's the years he served, not his date of birth, but maybe a 17-year veteran of the police department. So go ahead and see what this other sign here says. Okay, that's just title rights and things like that. So I'm gonna go back outside and do what I'm doing. Like I said, it's been a while since I've been over in this area. It's nice to see that they have their police corps explore things out. So issues, no conflicts. That's what you expect. You know, went in the public lobby. Yeah, an officer showing up now, maybe in response to me being here. And if they're concerned, that's fine. Get off the pavement here. How you doing?
Nice, how you tonight?
I'm doing good.
How can I help you?
I didn't ask for any help. I'm just out here.
Just out here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you identify yourself?
I'm Officer Calvert of the San Antonio Police Department.
Okay. Is there someone concerned about?
Yeah, someone Substation called, said there's somebody walking around in the parking lot.
Yeah.
I'm just here to check on you, make sure you're good.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything illegal. I document signs and things like that, and I took some pictures inside, documented you have up the right signage for no trespassing into your private areas and things like that. Noticed you had the correct signage on the inside for
Yes.
you can address him if you
Well,
need to.
I gotta make sure you're okay first.
Okay, well, when you say I'm okay, what is your concern?
I mean, if you need, do you need us for anything, or just like so you're out just videotaping taking pictures of the signs?
Yeah, I'm just videotaping. I'm not a threat to anyone. I'm not hurting
I'm not saying you
anyone.
are. Just make sure you don't go past that gate, okay?
Yeah, the one with the signs on it. Yeah, not a problem. I'm probably going to be out of here in about 10 minutes at the most. Documented some pictures inside of the Explorer group and the officers who put in, good community service and things like that.
Okay.
And, I do have questions that any officer could answer, but it's...
Well, what's that?
Well, you see, here inside, when you walk inside and you turn left, there's a sign up there, and it's to exclude people from going into the private or restricted areas with a firearm. You know which sign I'm talking about?
Okay.
I apologize. As soon as I said firearm, you checked me. I'm not armed if you need to search me. I understand the reaction because it's the right reaction. Hey.
Yeah, you're good.
So anyway, some substations have up signs, and officers misinterpret the signs and tell people, you can't bring a firearm in there if you have a license to carry. And I noticed the substation doesn't have that sign outside, which is a good thing. They do have the lockers inside if they need to go into the secure part, to secure their firearms. Why is it that officers read the signs that the city puts up that say no firearms in a city building unless you have a license to carry, but then still tell people who have licenses to carry that they can't go in there? Do you know why?
Because even though you're licensed to carry, there's still some places you can't carry.
That is correct.
And this is one of the places you still can't carry.
Well, you can still
even
go into the
hospitals you can't carry into.
Right. And those, how you doing, Corporal?
This is up photographing on the signs and stuff.
Oh, okay. So well, I understand that, but again, the Texas law 411-209, which follows 207, which is why you can disarm people, specifically states that people can go into police lobbies, the public part of them, with a firearm, and then officers misinterpret that and tell them, no, we'll arrest you if you do. And I just educate officers. I'm like, look, read the sign, understand what it means, and then you don't have that problem. I mean, it's the same like officers will tell people they can't film in a public lobby, which is incorrect. So yeah, that's one of the questions that I ask officers all the time is, why do officers interpret that sign to mean that people can't walk in there if they have a license to carry? And then now coming up with...
You been helped there? Yes, sir. You have they help with you? Are you with him?
No, he's not with me.
No, I'll go help him after this. He just pulled up.
So, I mean, now you're coming up on the constitutional carry law, and that's, I mean, I know you guys are going to have to go through additional training regarding that, but that becomes a bigger issue then, because at that point, people don't even have to have a license to carry, and officers still telling them you're not allowed to do something that the state specifically allows them to do under threat of arrest. That affects people. And again, My view is that if you're polite with officers and you're respectful to them, like you guys have been respectful to me, I'm respectful to you, and you have open communication, then that's a good thing. It's been my experience. Let me move off the sidewalk. Okay, I'm not blocking him. He's going to go walk that way. How you doing? You know, if you're respectful about things and you let people know, hey, you know, this is what I'm doing. I'm not a threat. I'm just filming, documenting signs, getting officers' interpretations of things, and being able to discuss that, then you get good community things, just like your Explorer program. I know they call it something else. I just read that, but I mean, you got officers that put in 852 hours of community service in less than 2 years with that. That shows you the officers are out working with the community. And those are the types of things I like to post and let people know about. So, like I said, there's really nothing that you guys can help me with. If there's anything I can help you with, if you need questions or ask anything of me, I'd be happy to answer your questions.
Do you have an ID?
I do have an ID.
Can I just get your info to say I talk to you?
You can, but I'll tell you what, you know where the Fusion Center is? Just call them up and ask for me. I'll give you my name. They keep a file on all the people who film in public. My name is Tory Reese. You can look that up. You can look it up on YouTube, see what I post.
Tory what?
Reese.
How do you spell that?
It's R-I-E-S.
R-I.
Yes, sir. And you can put that in your report. Again, like I said, I'm not one of those guys who goes, no, you're not going to ID me because I don't have to ID. How you doing? I'm going to back up a little. I don't like being flanked.
It's Terry, T-E-R-R-I or T?
No, T-O-R-Y.
Oh, T-O-R.
Yeah, and again,
Tory.
the Fusion Center.
I thought so too. I thought he was with them too, man. Oh, okay.
The Fusion Center keeps tabs on all the people who do things like I do, filming in public, so you can check with them. They've determined through multiple investigations that I'm not a threat. They know I'm not out here causing you guys problems, just filming in public. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we get a sergeant up here as well, and they're going to discuss me being out here. So, how you doing?
Good?
I'm good. I'm good.
You're just gonna hang out here until it gets hotter?
Nah, I'm not going to hang out that long. I was actually on my way out when the officer stopped me, and again, you know, anytime I get a chance to have...
We can go talk to this guy. I guess this is one of those busy Saturdays, sir. You're good to go. You're free to leave, okay? Have a good day.
Okay. So, as you notice, he said I'm free to leave, which implies I was detained, but I wasn't. I've always been free to leave. You know, they asked me for my ID. I provided them with my name and how they can get other information. A lot of auditors don't do that. I don't blame other auditors for not doing it because the police will keep files on you. The Fusion Center will follow you around if they think they have cause to do that. And they'll pull up everything on you online, other things like that. So at this point, I'll probably be out of here as soon as they clear out of here. Nothing shady or bad. And like I said, every time I've ever been down in this area, the officers have been polite and respectful. And that's exactly what you expect from the public. I mean, the public expects them to be polite and, you know, respond and ask what's going on if they have concerns. Good morning. May I ask what the badge is above your name on this side? What's that? Is it a medical badge?
I'm a tactical medic.
Okay, so you're like a paramedic for the police too, is that?
EMT.
EMT?
I'm not quite a paramedic.
Yeah, I got you. It's
just a basic one.
okay. No, it's good to see that officers, you know, so it's certified through the police, or is that through the fire department? That both. Okay.
The police department sent me, and the fire department trained me along with the state federal agency. But I am certified as an EMT. Basic, however, the medical director from the fire department allows me to perform at a higher level than just a basic EMT.
Right.
Almost like a paramedic.
No,
not quite there. Those are like really good. I'm like an amateur kind of thing.
no, I get that. I mean, the firefighters, almost all firefighters are required to, go through your basic EMT courses, and then,
That's okay, so that's my certification, but the medical director allows me to do advanced procedures.
Okay, so can I ask for the, obviously there's a need for that within the police department as well. I mean, you may respond to a shooting event or something like
Yes,
that.
Sir. And we're the first one on scene usually.
Right. Okay, and so that's the intent, is so that you can perform life-saving and also do that without endangering the fire department, who may not be able to get on scene.
You're very smart.
Right.
You're very smart.
No,
Yes,
I
sir. That's the intention. When the scene is hot, the fire departments, they don't have
yeah, they're not
weapons to defend themselves.
right.
So they have to wait for the scene to be somewhat safe.
Right.
But my training is basically to work in the hot zone.
Right. Now, back in 2000 and maybe it was 10, it might have been 2008, there was a shooting inside of a bar that I worked at, and I had to perform CPR on the guy. I mean, he passed away, but I was a little bit concerned because EMS just, they wouldn't come in.
Yeah,
And I understand. Hey, trust me.
So where was this at?
On West Avenue at 3815. It used to be called Orphan Annie's. They changed it, but basically I left my other job and I went there not to work. I worked there during the day, but I went to that bar at night after my other job. I was going to have some drinks, and there are people running out of there screaming, "Hey, someone's been shot!" And I was worried about the owner, so I'm like, "Hey, I'm stupid."
That's pretty impressive that you stepped up.
Yeah.
And tried to do your best, trying to assist a shooting victim.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Sometimes there's not a whole lot you can do.
No, unfortunately, he took one right to the sternum, and I mean, I worked on him, but he pumped out, and then after about 15 minutes, the police still hadn't arrived, and the owner was concerned the shooter might come back, so I secured it and waited outside, and when they got there, I let them know.
Yeah, that's nerve-wracking, and I've been in that situation a few times.
Yeah.
I've been lucky. I was able to intervene right at the perfect time where there are some people alive today because of
yeah,
some things worked out, and I was there, and I was able to do the I guess interventions that was required to give them a fighting chance to live.
Right.
So I'm very blessed with that.
Do you work out of this substation mainly?
Yes, sir. This is my substation.
Okay, well, I do appreciate you being friendly and talking with me. Typically, I post good interviews. Like, I consider this a good interview. If you notice, I don't generally point my camera at officers because that makes them anxious sometimes. So I
see both of your hands and they're good.
Yeah,
So
yeah, exactly. So
I am not threatened or anything.
No,
It all depends on your demeanor too.
yeah, well, again, that's one of the things I try to tell other people. People who do what I do sometimes irritate police officers, and I understand a lot of the reasons. Like, the officer asked me my name, and trust me, I know why auditors don't want to give their names to officers, because they do. The guy's running my information now in the car, so making sure I'm not a threat, whatever. I mean, as I told him, I said, look, your fusion center here has a file on me. They've run background information. I know they've escalated that through DHS all the way up through my military background. They've checked it. And I don't have a problem with that because I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm filming in public. So I understand they're making sure that there's no reason that I'm doing something nefarious by, talking to people. And I'm good with that. And other people, they're like, well, yeah, but they may use that against you. And I'm like, look, I'm an old man. I'm not worried about police having an intelligence file on me. I was slightly concerned when some officers were following me over at the other substation, but I addressed that with the fusion center, went down and said, hey guys, I'm not a threat. These guys are following me, what's up? And they're like, well, another officer was concerned because you asked him a question about a firearm sign. And so that officer took that as a threat. I'm like, I understand why officers feel if you ask a question about a no firearm sign, the first thing they do is they check you for weapons. That's a natural, they should be doing that. Just like when I asked this officer, and his first thing was checking for weapons. And I'm like, hey, I'm good with that. That's logical, and that's what you need to do. You need to protect yourself and make sure that, hey, whoa, he mentioned weapons, make sure he's not armed. But, for example, at the Central Station, you got officers down there who tell people that they can't walk into the police lobby with a firearm if they have a license to carry, but that's not the law. And the sign on the door says, if you have a licensed to carry, you can go inside. They have the lockers like right inside here. And the officer was telling a victim of crime they couldn't make a report if they were wearing their firearm. What he should have said was, hey, we'd appreciate it if you store your firearm in this locker while you're in the public lobby. You don't even have to do that in the public lobby. It's only if you go into the secure area. But instead telling the victim that they couldn't go in there, and I'm like, hey, officer, you're not reading the sign right. And
there is always
yeah, well,
maybe something a little more to it. What if the victim had a felony warrant, or if there's some type of history, violent history that we don't know about?
Well, again,
so there's like a little more than just first impression.
Right, but again, even if, okay, let's say that person had a felony warrant. If they have a felony warrant, first their license to carry should have been revoked. We both know that, but
well, the license to carry, you'll be denied once you get convicted.
Right.
Because the warrant is just an allegation. Somebody's accusing you.
Right.
And just like the court system, you're innocent until proven guilty.
Well, exactly. So by saying that, if the person only has a warrant, then officer shouldn't say because you have a felony warrant, you're not entitled to engage in a free act until you're actually arrested for that. And again, hey, look, if I have a felony warrant, I'm certainly not coming up to the police station. He may not know about the warrant.
You may not know about the
warrant. So again, you know, but again, where I'm getting at, like the reason that you guys, or maybe not you, but the officer was called out here was because I went over and I filmed your signs, made sure that the signage is correct. You know, hey, no entering this area. Oh, your signs here are good. I haven't been in this area for about 2.5 years, but every time I've ever worked with anyone in this substation, officers have always been friendly and polite, and that's what the public expects.
I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, and so I had some bad exposure down at the central substation, and I'm explaining to them, you know, they're like, we'll arrest you if you film by the magistrate. I'm like, look, you can't be telling people that. The magistrate's an open area to film in public. So had to go through the chain of command, you know, get them to educate the officers so they wouldn't do that. But they've got areas over there that they claim are restricted, but they don't put up the signs there. But they have other areas, they put restricted signs, and then they tell you, well, we'll arrest you if you go there because it's restricted. And I said, look, if it's restricted, just post signs. I mean, it's that simple. Don't let an officer tell you you can't go somewhere because they say it's restricted. If you say, well, why is it restricted and why aren't there any signs saying it's restricted? I mean, as a person who walks in public, you can't come up and give me a criminal trespass for walking in public if I don't know, you know, I'm not supposed to be there. But what I was saying, that they called the police out here, and the lady's concerned, maybe whatever, she's like, hey, this guy's filming, I'm not comfortable, can you send an officer over here? And I'm like, okay, that's fine, I'll let you know what I'm doing. I'd already left the lobby, I filmed in there, and I came out. I'm like, hey, they got the good signage up here. Officers are always polite here. I'm gonna go about and do what I do in another area, because while I like to post positive interactions with officers, and I've got, you know, probably 10 good videos, and this is what I would consider positive again. You know, officers, as soon as they see a camera, they go, oh, this guy's trying to make me look stupid, or do, you know, and I'm like, I can't make you look stupid. If you're polite and friendly, and I'm polite and friendly, there's not going to be any stupidity involved.
Okay, there's no conflict, yes.
Yeah.
Sir, I apologize.
No, I know you have to go. No, I appreciate that. You're Officer Gary?
Garay.
What's
your name?
My name's Tori.
Mr. Tori, pleasure
Yes,
meeting you.
Okay.
Hopefully our next interaction is positive also.
Oh yeah, hopefully.
If you will excuse me.
No, you have to go. I understand that.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. You have a great day, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Sir.
Thank you, Sergeant. So, Sergeant Garay, 3337, very polite, very professional. And again, those are the types of interactions I was hoping to get down here. And I have no reason to, like I told him, anytime I've come down here, the officers have always been polite and courteous. So, maybe head out to another substation, ask them the same questions and see what's going on there. I'm going to pause my phone.